We're here tonight with Father Andrew Reinholz, our new rector at Good Shepherd. And Father Andrew, thanks for taking some time to have a conversation with me tonight. And let me first say how excited we are at Good Shepherd to welcome you, Mother Kim, and the kids on March 20th.
Well, it's my pleasure to be talking to you tonight, and we are all so excited for the call, and can't wait to get to Pitman and start meeting everybody.
Awesome. So having been part of the discernment committee, I know some of your story, but I can't wait to share it with everyone. So let's just jump in. First, why don't we just go back to the beginning? What called you to the priesthood?
Sure. Well, how many hours do you have? No, I was fortunate to grow up going to church in the Episcopal Church. Both my parents attended Episcopal churches, so depending on where I was on a weekend, I was usually at one of their parishes. At a young age, I started acolyting, and that really kind of drew me into I don't know, some of the more experiential nature of the church. I really got into the liturgy and just the experience of it. Was really active in diocesan youth programs as a teenager. That led to some really important relationships and friendships in my life, and a lot of kind of deeper exploration of what it means to be a Christian and to have faith in the modern world, and kind of took that into my young adulthood. And I think a lot of it was, though, really people around me encouraging me to think about the priesthood. I was active in a lot of different leadership things at different points in my life and giving a lot of time to the church. And so a lot of people just really encouraged me to look at possibly the priesthood. And so a couple of years after college, I started to explore that formally and kind of went down the long road of discernment and ended up here.
Great, thanks. And so what drew you to Good Shepherd? How did you find us?
I think what drew me, it was the totality of things. It was kind of the whole package, but to kind of narrow it down to a few things, I think I put it in my written message to everybody. It's clear to me, at least from the outside, that Good Shepherd just has a real love of Jesus Christ running through it. And that love is shared by its members, and it's a love that they want to share with the surrounding world. And so just to see all the dynamic ministries that are going on and how dedicated people are to those ministries and just how many different things they offer to each other and to the community really spoke volumes to me. I think I mentioned this to you guys maybe in a couple of our interviews, the fact that 3 deacons have been raised up from the parish, within the parish, I think just speaks to the deep spiritual soil that is at the foundation of Good Shepherd, and just what kind of things can be planted and can grow. And so really you could put it another way, looking at it from the outside, if I was looking just for a parish to go to as a parishioner, Good Shepherd is certainly a place that would grab my attention. It's a place I would probably tell people to check out. If they said, hey, I'm in Pitman, New Jersey, do you know of any churches I should go to? To me, there just seems like the spirit is really moving within the community.
That's great. Yeah, we are so fortunate to have so many of our members involved in so many ministries. So we're glad to definitely have you be a part of that in our future. So let's zoom out and look at the big picture. Thinking about our church, the Episcopal Church. What do you love about the Episcopal Church?
Well, I think I mentioned, the liturgy itself was kind of a gateway for me. And I really do love our worship tradition, our liturgical tradition. I think it's one of our key strengths. The experience and the divine encounters people can have through our worship. The Episcopal Church, historically, has been kind of on the forefront of a lot of issues, whether it was civil rights issues, sexual issues, gender issues, going all the way back to ordaining the first African American till the present day. It's been a denomination that certainly has its flaws, like any organization, but in a lot of ways has been willing to throw itself into the more difficult areas of our shared common life as a nation. And I'm proud of that history and what continues today. And also, we talk about the big tent, and it is a big tent. We do invite everyone to come, come, see, taste, experience, see that the Lord is good. We really do invite all people to come and see what not just the Episcopal Church, but Christianity, faith in Jesus Christ has to offer. So it's a tradition and a heritage that I'm proud to have been formed in, and I think it's given me a lot of benefits and gifts. And I'm not afraid to share that with other people and to invite them to come and see what it might have to offer them.
That's great. One of the elements of your ministry in Richmond that really resonated with us on the search committee was the Diaper Ministry. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So when I was called as rector, one of the mandates there was to kind of help form a new outreach ministry to the surrounding community that would be housed, kind of under the roof of the Church of the Epiphany. And so I spent some time just kind of learning what was around us with other churches and other organizations. And there was already an English as a second language down the street. There was already a clothing closet the other street. There was a food bank that Epiphany had helped form several decades ago and was still a big supporter of. So I was kind of looking for that niche where maybe a need wasn't being met. And Epiphany has a tradition of adopting families. Oftentimes they're immigrant families. We have a connection with the South Sudanese community. And we adopted this family who had recently immigrated, 3 kids, 2 of them still in diapers. And so they said, our biggest need is diapers. Here's some other things you can get us, but we love diapers. And, within about a week or 2, we had just a stack of boxes of diapers, and it continued to grow. And to me, that was like the Holy Spirit kind of shouting out at you, hey, look at this, here's a need, and here's a response to that need. And from some previous work, working in shelters and soup kitchens, I know that oftentimes baby formula, diapers, wipes, these things that parents need are often asked for. And those organizations oftentimes don't carry them just because of the expense of them. They're very costly things. So I saw kind of a natural need, and I saw a natural response, and took the idea to the vestry, and we ran with it. And, so once a month, free diapers are given out to anyone who comes for them. Before the pandemic, it was in the high 70s of families that would come. Since the pandemic, it's been in the high 40s. We've seen some people just stay away, but the amazing thing is we have a constant stream of new people coming and finding it as some families kind of graduate out of diapers. There's always new ones coming through who need them. So yeah, it's one of those just looking, asking for the Holy Spirit to guide you and kind of keeping your eyes and ears open. And it gave us this wonderful gift.
Amazing. So you mentioned the pandemic. As you know, it's challenged us in so many different ways, but it's also forced us to think about the church of the future. So what new opportunities for parish engagement have we gained in the digital sphere or elsewhere? What did we learn that we didn't know before?
Well, I think in a lot of ways we're still learning. I think we're still maybe kind of taking our baby steps and learning to walk more fully in this new digital space. Not that churches didn't have online presence, but we've really been forced into a much more weekly, constant, streaming is very different than, updating your website. So I think we're still probably finding our way and evaluating and tweaking and whatnot. But what I think it's shown us is that it can be a tool to stay connected with our members, those who have to stay away because of the pandemic, those who might be away for other reasons. I've also been amazed at just the stories just from other parishioners about friends and families who maybe never came to the church before, they just said, hey, you should check this out, or they sent them a link, and now they watch a Sunday stream on a regular basis. So real outreach is happening. We are reaching new people through that space in numbers higher than I ever thought probably would be possible. So I think that's a real opportunity for us to reach people who are looking for something, and what they're looking for, the church can very well offer them. I think ultimately, though, it is just a tool. And so hopefully it's a tool that then brings people into deeper engagement with their own personal faith and with the faith that a parish can offer them, and that it becomes kind of a pathway into just more deeper life of faith and community. It doesn't become the only source of it. It kind of becomes that entry point, that gateway into a much deeper and richer experience.
Absolutely. So let's shift gears again. Let's talk about the family. What are you and Mother Kim most excited about in moving to Pitman?
Well, in some ways, it's kind of a homecoming for us. We're originally from the Berks County area in Pennsylvania. Some of the parishioners may have been to Reading, Pennsylvania years ago when the outlets were still up and running, or maybe gone to the Reading Phillies. So that's going to be about an hour and a half away. So we still have family in that area. We have a lot of extended family and very close friends in the Philadelphia area. So we're excited to get closer to all of that connection we have. But Pitman itself, it's when I came up for some of the interviews, I came up a couple times over the course of that process, and every time I made a point of it to walk around town, to walk down the Broadway, to kind of poke in the shops and just look in the windows, and kind of then cut back through the neighborhood to get back to my car parked at the church. And it's a place you could just feel raising a family up in. Young kids growing up with this kind of safe, nurturing environment that just is really appealing to us. So from the family standpoint, we just feel like we're gaining so much. And then again, with Pitman, with Good Shepherd, a parish that loves its children, loves its youth, supports them, raises them up from Sunday school through youth group, through college age. As parents, it's a place that we feel our kids are just going to continue to grow in their faith.
How about the kids? Are they excited?
They are.
Probably a little nervous, maybe.
They're a little nervous. Audrey's worried that she might have trouble making friends, and as soon as any of the parishioners meet her, they'll know she has no need to worry about that. She is an extrovert's extrovert, and she'll probably be running the elementary school within a week. No, they're excited for new adventures. We've been just trying to tell them about things we know about Pitman. So I showed them on Google Maps where the church is and the rectory, and then I showed them you just walk over a few blocks to this street called Broadway, and then you walk up a little bit, and there's an ice cream store. There's an ice cream shop, and I forget the name of the ice cream shop, but it's right there. And I said, how about once a week we go get ice cream? And so they're getting excited for stuff like that, trying to find little things to start thinking about. Oh, this is my new life. I can walk to the ice cream parlor.
That's great. So what can we do? What can we do to help your transition, help you guys out?
Pray for us. Really, just
we
keep us in your prayers over the next days and weeks. Keep us in your prayers. I've been having conversations with you. I've spoken with Father David. I've been working with Beth and Bill. So a lot of things are in process and moving. For parishioners, keep us in your prayers. And I think, moving with young children can be a daunting proposition. Starting a new position as a rector can be daunting. Kind of throw that all in the middle of a pandemic. The first couple of weeks I might look a little dazed and confused. So just bear with me and be patient with me as we just try to get settled and find our bearings and get into the rhythm of things. But more than anything, we're just so excited and just so eager to start meeting people.
Yeah, I think we'll give you a pass those first couple weeks, and Good Shepherd, when there's a need, people show up and people contribute. So no doubt about that. All right, so before I let you go tonight, I do have a quick lightning round of questions for you, if you're up for it.
Sure.
All right. What's your favorite church season?
Advent.
Advent. All
Are
right.
this lightning round? Do you want explanations or just?
You can give me a short explanation.
Every season in some way is Advent, and so to be in Advent itself and really reflect on that is really always. I find my faith getting deeper every Advent.
Great. Coffee or tea?
I like both, but if I had to pick one, coffee.
Coffee man. Okay. Cheesesteaks with whiz and fried onions?
Yes, although there's nothing wrong with some sharp provolone, even American occasionally. No pizza sauce, no tomato sauce, no pizza steak. I draw the line there.
Okay. Fair enough. And your favorite Flyers player of all time?
It's kind of a bittersweet one. Claude Giroux. He might not be a Flyer for very much longer, but
True.
Still the best player on the team after how many years? Future Hall of Famer, just given so much to the team.
Good answer. Yeah, he's been around. He's been around a while.
Yeah,
He will be missed.
he will.
If he leaves. So,
He can always come back. Free agency.
Absolutely. All right. Well, this has been fantastic. Thank you so much for your time.
Well, thank you.
We'd love to do this again before you guys come up here to New Jersey. Maybe we'll ask some questions. We'll do a Q&A from the parishioners. But again, thank you. This has been great. Have a great night.
You too. Thank you so much. God bless.
All right.